Hey guys, lukemick here. JJ's back.
I am
you
back.
remember Sam from like 3 years ago?
Please not.
Kind of a die-hard G.I. Joe fan, and of course we saw G.I. Joe Retaliation, not in 3D. Now let me tell you, I have standards. I knew this movie wasn't going to be great, but I thought I could at least enjoy it for some of the action scenes and maybe some of the kind of like buddy fun times, but no. I kind of fucking hated this movie. Sam, do you want to say a thing or two?
One, language.
Yeah. Who cares? It's a rant.
And
This is a rant.
two, I prefer JJ to talk, and I will interject with my knowledge that I hope I retain.
Alright.
Say whatever you gotta say. to
So
start this.
basically, I know little to nothing about G.I. Joe.
True that.
I knew this movie would be really crappy. But, I mean, you know,
I thought it'd be fun.
these
you
really
know.
crappy movies can be fun, which... Contradicting
to
Luke,
example.
I think it was a bad movie. The script was awful. The characters were pretty
Yeah, you know,
not portrayed.
Let's talk about the script. Should we
Oh.
talk about the script? I think this script was written by a bunch of fucking retards.
No, by
What
monkeys.
script?
By monkeys. It was
You're monkeys. Whatever. There were so many plot holes in this movie, and you could never tell what was going on, and there were all these confusing little side stories to keep track of that didn't matter to the main story. They barely mattered to the main story at all, and some of the things these characters said were really fucking stupid.
Roblox never rhymed.
Yeah,
Also known as
Yeah.
Dwight the Rock Johnson.
I guess
What?
Roadblock is supposed to be a rhyming rapper in the original G.I. Joe. I guess he didn't do
He's
any
a
of that
lyrical
here.
gangster.
Lyrical gangster.
Don't
But,
say lyrical gangster. I say lyrical gangster. You suck at these
Okay.
interviews.
So, the script is just all over the damn place, and it's really, really bad, and
Yeah.
that's kind of a problem. What do you think, JJ?
Yeah, so back to what I was saying. We all knew us. We thought we'd get entertainment value, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit of entertainment value, other than Luke. Luke was bored out of his mind.
The whole thing.
But
I went in there knowing that. I mean, okay, I saw the first G.I. Joe movie.
I did not. In the
Well,
end.
not even in theaters. My sister got it
Okay.
for me. But I watched it. I was like, okay, interesting, actiony, not real good. So coming in this movie, I'm like, not gonna be real good. But I mean,
Yeah.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson
Little bit of action.
and Bruce Willis and Channing Tatum,
Oh.
unfortunately, only for like 15 minutes.
yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
And
So, if you guys watch my videos, you know that I actually like Channing Tatum as an actor. And this movie was supposed to come out last June, actually, but they pushed it all the way back to this March. And I thought for sure it was because they needed to put Channing Tatum back in the movie because they kill him off right in the beginning. But that didn't happen. He died. Like, there was an explosion, and I thought that he'd come back, like, halfway through the movie, but he never fucking returns. And you don't even get to see a glimpse of him at the end after the credits, nothing. So, why did it take 9 months for this movie to come out? They said it was for 3D reshoots or some shit, and
probably should have seen it in 3D.
that...
Yeah.
JJ
whatever.
next assignment.
But the 3D, it did, we didn't see it in 3D, and I don't know why 3D would take 9 months. Maybe it was a bad kind of time slot for the movie, because it was going to go up against the Dark Knight Rises the following weekend back on June 29th. So
Oh, that explains
we
the
got
Roadblock
fucked up.
Fireflies fight scene for the 3D.
Yep, that's probably...
Sorry.
yeah.
Don't watch the movie, so I actually will explain that later.
So the characters, I guess, as Sam has said, don't really stay true to the source material,
Well,
and they fuck them up most of the
some
time.
do.
I mean, some do. I mean, Firefly, he does, but I really didn't expect him to take off his mask, so that took me off guard.
There are other parts where we actually thought Snake Eyes was talking.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was just a different
Like, right in the
character.
beginning of the movie, too.
Like you'd see Snake Eyes kind of make a gesture towards the camera, but someone would be talking, so you'd think maybe he was talking under his mask, and be like, holy shit,
Like
why is he
Snake Eyes.
talking?
And then the prison scene in the beginning, when they arrest Snake Eyes, or they thought he was Snake Eyes, and then Snake Eyes starts talking, and they're like, oh, he does have a voice. I was like,
they fucked
wow,
that up.
life ruined. But then thankfully it didn't turn out to be him. And
Yeah.
fortunately he stayed true to not talking to the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I want to touch on the action scenes a little bit here. aren't
awesome.
a lot. There is like, the movie feels really fucking long. Let me tell you that. I felt like it was at least 2 hours. It was only an hour and a half. But the thing is, there's the script and the story. There's nothing going on the whole time. I feel like it was just there were so many characters and they were just kept jumping back.
No, they didn't have
between
enough
them.
characters. I mean, they had.
It's hard to do with G.I. Joe, I think.
Well, yeah, G.I. Joe. I
G.I. Joe
mean,
mask.
they're almost all of their, or most of their characters are pretty iconic. They didn't have Dusty. They didn't have Stalker. I mean, didn't have Sergeant Slaughter. They didn't have a lot of people that I thought they should have had.
Yeah.
And then how Roadblock took like lead too. I also thought was kind of weird because I'd never really associated that with Roadblock.
Yeah, it didn't work well. And what was I saying about the story here?
Plot holes.
The action scenes, there weren't a lot of action scenes, and when they were there, the one thing I can give this movie props for is that it didn't use a lot of really bad shaky cam. You could usually see what was going on in the fight sequences, and there was a pretty cool fight between Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes about halfway through the movie. That was pretty well choreographed. But then after that, we get some really bad CGI shots of people, actually, because they're going down the mountains and it looks really bad. And then there just isn't anything
London
going on in this
exploding
movie.
too was
Yeah,
very terrible.
they blow London the fuck to the sky, it's gone, and no one ever really flinches. Nothing happens about that, and it's so badly written.
It's awful. Please listen to us.
But probably keep your voice down.
Oh, I don't care.
The action scenes, other than what Luke said, I mean, they were really CGI and gross, but you know those movies that are so bad they're funny.
Like Troll 2.
Thanks
Have I showed you guys
Killing.
Troll 2?
That's hilarious. I mean,
Good.
there's certain movies that you can laugh at because they're so shitty, but this is something that shouldn't really be shitty. They should actually try and make it a good movie, but they fuck it up every time. Every time they take these classic cartoons or comic books, I mean, some of them are good, like Iron Man and Spider-Man, all that shit, but sometimes they really fuck shit up for these classic cartoons. Look at that guy Scooby-Doo. What the hell was that shit back in 2002?
Cinematic masterpiece.
Cinematic shitball.
Classic.
Fuck. It could have been a lot better, and they just rely on a bunch of fucking dubstep drops and CGI and all these big action scenes that are completely useless with these scripts written by a bunch of dumbasses who fucking finger each other's buttholes all day. God damn. It's a classic A Good Day to Die Hard. Fucking terrible script.
I have my hand raised.
Okay, say whatever you
Can we
want.
do a retake with not swearing?
No,
Because
this is a fucking rant. I don't care. Sometimes, usually I'm very formal about my videos, and
you should probably keep that.
and I try to, grasp reality, and
You can't really grasp this movie.
it's because it makes no sense, because the writing's so fucked up.
True. Out of all of us, I understand the most, and I still don't really understand.
Yeah, and he has seen all the cartoons, right?
All the good ones.
Yeah, all the original cartoons, and so he should kind of know the characters and the relationships and all that and everything that's going on, but he couldn't even fucking figure it out.
Duke was even blonde. I mean,
He
you guys
wasn't
knew
the
that.
first one either. Yeah, Duke is always blonde.
Everyone.
It's a serious thing.
I mean, in another...
I mean, I actually realized that after he did, I was like, wait,
Duke wasn't blonde.
that doesn't add up. And Roadblock looks like he should be jumping off the high rope on top of Big Show. Something that's useless. You guys don't even know.
This movie, 2013 has been a pretty bad year for movies so far. There's been a couple of good ones.
It's only because it's the start of the year and that's when all the bad ones come out.
The other years have been better.
Yeah, back in the, what, 40s? 50s?
Well, anyways, we've had, the only really good movies we've had are Side Effects. The Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger is actually an entertaining action movie. Olympus Has Fallen really wasn't too bad. Spring Breakers was good, but that basically came out last year. And there was one other one. Oz was pretty okay. That was good.
I saw none of these. Just
But
stating
it's
that.
been such a bad year, and this just keeps adding shit to the pile. And I hope that Evil Dead next week can really
No, I won't.
rise from the ashes like The Dark Knight and really bring us a fucking good horror flick, you know?
Nope, nothing can.
What are you gonna rate it?
I mean, you can't really do anything
Out of
to
5.
The Evil Dead though. That's the thing.
We're gonna add up the whole score here. I
Wait,
might
so
have to
1
do
out of
some
10,
math.
1 through 2.
5. We're doing it.
Out of 5.
We can go from 0.5 all the way up to 5.
Okay.
We can
Okay,
do
I
half
see.
stars.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This movie has almost been the worst one I've seen this year, and it's not the worst. A Haunted House was still the worst, but this movie was. I'd rather watch A Good Day to Die Hard. So this movie gets 0.5 out of 5 stars. My lowest recommendation. Don't even see it if. I mean, he's a fan of G.I. Joe, so I guess he can tell you what. If you are a fan of G.I. Joe, what you can really expect. And what
Nothing.
So
You expect nothing.
I give it 0.5 out of 5 stars. You?
Well, I will admit I did enjoy watching the movie with JJ.
JJ always adds some fucking spice to
Yeah,
the mix.
I mean, our commentary was, I did enjoy that. I'd give it 1.5 being generous.
Thank you.
Teetering between 1 and 1.5.
I would totally agree. The action scenes, that's and you have to add things for the action. Like, if you're watching this dead serious,
You can't do
you
it.
can't do it.
The Snake Eyes Storm Shadow fight scenes.
Those are a couple good
those are
ones.
always those were always the good ones because
Yeah.
everyone knows that. Well, I hope everyone knows that they have a rivalry.
So,
But the other fight scenes, I was just lost in what was happening.
I'm so sorry to add this in there, but there's one part towards the end that we can't really explain, but Dwayne Johnson is just blowing shit up in this tank-like thing for no fucking reason.
Because he can. That's
Everyone
why.
else is hunting down the fake president trying to get Cobra Commander, but he's just blowing shit up in a
Hey,
tank.
speaking of boards, we
Fucking
explain the
guys-
diagram how it worked.
That's too much work. I can't put that much work into this fucking movie.
So,
Vamos!
So 0.5, 1.5.
and I'd give it a 1.
So what does this all add up to?
1.
1 out of 5 stars. So yeah, 1 out of 5 stars. What does that tell you? That tells fucking Hasbro to stop making movies. This is lukemick signing off, and Sam and JJ. Good night, everybody. JJ and I will be seeing Evil Dead Midnight Premiere next week, and it is going to be fucking amazing,
great.
and it'll blow this piece of shit out of the fucking water. So I'll talk
I
to
can't
you
wait
guys
till
later.
next week when Luke was like, I'm so disappointed.
I hope that doesn't happen.